Hello everyone, welcome back to Feldy. Here we are at the harvest field. We have finished the northwest sections over here, all of which were planted to barley. And we're getting ready to make a move to a new section of the map. Namely, we're going to be taking the path right along here and we'll head up over the hump to the far side of the map, down over here where we have a couple new fields. We've planted them, we've fertilized them, we haven't been over there since. Presumably we haven't had a crop failure and they're ready to harvest. So we are going to be moving our equipment. But first we need to, you can't hardly see it because it's sitting in a windrow, but I want to haul the get just above here. It's always a ticklish thing trying to put the header on here properly. And actually, let me move the tractor here. I had to use it to haul the trailer over. Turns out it isn't attached. Oh, wait a minute. I take that back. Okay, it was attached. Now let me drop the trailer. Hopefully, maybe that has put the header, affixed it to the trailer. I want to come here. Notice, Russell, I'm coming to the right side of the vehicle to enter it. I want to put out some fuel. I think our combine is thirsty, so we're going to go back to the combine now and have it haul the trailer. But we'll come over here and get some fuel. Let me see if I can sneak through here. You would never want to make an obstacle course quite like this if this was real. Oh, hold on. Okay, that snapped the header pretty hard over to there, so let me just go take it on a little spin. The last thing I want to have happen is for the header to come off at an inopportune time. Yeah, it seems to be sticking on. Oop, except I didn't cut quite wide enough. Let me come over here. Oh, come on, you can make it. Alright, we're kind of interfering with it just a little bit. Alright, let me head over to our tractor again. We'll pick up our trailer. Kind of have the harvest team, if you will, over here. I have to take the Land Rover because it holds the fuel. And, you know, I don't anticipate needing fuel. The combine can hold a lot of sauce, so should be okay on it. Let me see. Okay, there's no other tractor out here. Yeah, we'll just be waiting here till we get fueled up. Gonna have to be a little bit patient. So I can't always remember since the last episode just kind of where things ended up, but I know it's been a little bit of a gap. We already can see here we've harvested all this barley. We've made a dent in the baling. I think we have just one other section here to bale, and then we'll be done. Last time, I think we finished harvesting the canola, and that's actually what we're going to be moving to. I seem to recall these fields over here, we planted them in canola, so we'll be harvesting some of that. We've already hauled. We were hauling some of our barley over to the cattle feed mixer to make some more cattle feed. Finally, I've eventually terminated that because we have plenty, and we're going to be hauling the canola, of course, to market. I think we have to sell that at the mill. So along here I probably need to create a new course, although I don't know if I trust a course play coming off of here. I'll just have to save. Anyway, that's what we're headed to. And I've already hauled some of the bales. You know, if I just pull up the little map here, there was some barley in here in this field. We harvested it all, baled it, hauled it, And all the bales so far I'm taking up here to the, it's not the feed mixer, it's a bale shredder that turns them into bedding. There was a half a field of barley in here. I did the same. Harvested it, baled, hauled the bales, and these fields over here now are going to be corn. I think they're corn clear over into here as well. Oh yeah, and these fields over here, these are still in red clover. I windrowed them and I picked it all up. I took a load to our sheep, which are up in here, forgetting we have a whole new field of red clover up here. I intended to have one here to make the feed stuff just a little bit closer. So I'm going to need to windrow that. I think I had some grass on the ground. I picked all that up for the cattle. So does that cover pretty well everything? I think so. Oh, looks like we are full of fuel. All right. Now we're going to go on this treacherous path over here and see if we can get to our far fields. I don't even know if I have hazard lights. Oh hey, I got those. I'll turn on those whirly gigs while I'm traveling. Oh yeah, and I hauled a whole bunch of biofuel, hauled a bunch to our well, our pump, to get some water for the animals, and for, I think we're going to need some for fertilizer production, and also some biofuel to the feed mixers. Now this is a hard, see, what happens is, yeah, see, we're scraping the ground. It is so steep in here from what Farmer Yip did, never intending that there would be a couple fields over here, which we can see over there at a distance. I got a big old hole right there. Oh, combine almost slipped into it, so we are not really having a good driving place here. Why is this so miserable bumpy? Yeah, oh, I see, scraping the ground. Yeah, look at that. Not the best look, but at least our header is staying on while we're traveling. Oh, there came the arms down. Gate is up, so that's helpful. And yeah, looks like we do indeed have a harvestable field of canola over here. Now, something I'm dealing with here of late, it's more a technical thing, probably due to, oh, it's terrible bumpy, due to technical limitations of my computer. And I've noticed ever since the last episode, and I have no reason or no understanding of why it is. Hey, there comes a barge heading over there. They go like clockwork down to the wharf. Let me see here. Can I dump this here? Except I got to. How do I detach? Shift Q. Oh wait. All right, there's that. Shift Q detach. Is that detached? No, 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 no. Okay. I'll always attach. Okay, Shift Q to detach trailer. But it's still attached. There. Okay, now hopefully it released my header. Otherwise, this ain't gonna pick up off of here. Try to pick a flat area. Anyways, I have some technical limitations on my computer, and I've noticed I've had some issues. Get off of there. And the game has been crashing for me with some regularity, and I'm kind of keeping an eye on the time here. I usually try to do these episodes in 30-minute increments, but it's been crashing in 15-minute increments. So I've been trying to watch the time. I'll need to save. I may crash and have to come back to finish up the episode in 2 parts. I don't know what's going to happen. It's been giving me those bad allocation mods or something, or not mods, errors for some reason. A sunflower moon or rapeseed. Yeah, I think this will work. Let me get the proper width. This one here, I think I'm gonna just make him go round and round, and hopefully he can keep himself on the hill. This is one steep hill in here, so yeah, we'll just set him going round and round. Hopefully he'll find his way. Oh goodness. Yeah, chalk it up on the list of items you would never do in real life. Send a combine onto this steep of terrain without being a hillside. But anyway, I am hoping I don't have to reboot. Let me make sure it's able to turn the corner. Nice, nice, nice. Very good, very good. No, just back up a little bit more. There you go. I think once it's a beautiful mod, this autopilot thing, and it has a few hiccups too. As long as the combine doesn't end up in the drink, I will be happy. Alright, now it's a ticklish thing to leave, but I think I want to go find my trailer. Let me get that hauled over here. I think he has enough fuel. Let me see if I can get him over here without putting him in trouble. And this is the one I said where I'll need to carefully create a course in here to haul the grain to market, possibly. One of the reasons I planted canola over here is that's, I think, the least in terms of yield for the cereal grain crops. Let me zip through. Don't put down the arm. There we go. Alright, our combine is finding its way. Get on down over the hill here. So, I don't know if this is of interest to anyone, but I know one of the things I wanted to do on an episode before the series closed was at least to show, to harvest, some of these newer areas. So, well, here now we're trying to harvest it. I don't know, it's a fairly picturesque area, if I do say so myself, and hopefully it's something Yip would approve of if he ever happens to see these videos. But again, I don't, this is dang steep. At least we didn't come clear over here to the edge. There's a little bit of leeway. So, come up to the edge of the forest here. Come on, Charlie, you can make the turn. Oh, I back up. I think maybe I've mentioned it previously. It's, I know it's kind of a small town thing here in the U.S. where I live, where, here in a little bit, you'll see the word Feldy kind of etched into the hillside with this purple flower or whatever the Yip has in the map. And in the U.S., it's not uncommon to see near some towns, you'll see a big letter. Oh, for example, I think there's a town in the Columbia Gorge in the state where I live called Arlington, and it's kind of pinched down by the river, and immediately the hills rise up behind it, and there's a big old A kind of on the hillside behind it, A for Arlington. And I know this isn't the only town usually isn't a city that does that. So I don't know if that's common in other countries. Oh, I don't know, maybe he wouldn't approve here of... Oh, look at it slide! Now that actually is probably not unrealistic. Wow, that slid out of the cut. I didn't do that at all, so it's going to be trying to find the way back. Oh, it's going to get all turned around here. Trying to find the edge. There you go. It's cleaning up its mess, but yeah, this is going to leave a spot, kind of. It's making it. And now it's trying to... I don't know if it's having trouble. I wonder why it slid right here. There's been plenty of steep areas. Maybe it was just at the right angle. Some of these would be some good picture opportunities, frankly. But as we're coming up here on 15 minutes, I'm going to save the game real quick, just in case it decides to burp out on me. Now we're sliding again. Come on. What are you doing? It keeps backing up. Here, let me try to help it out. Yeah, something's catching just a little bit. Oh, it's shoving me into the hill. Yeah, I think some of it is the shape. I'm definitely not steering that way. I try to lift the header a little bit. I think, do I have the header lifted? There we go. I think in these older versions, I seem to recall you could still harvest with the header up. Yeah. Alright, so that's kind of helping. Yeah, I think it's just tight enough. It isn't letting it totally cross the hill the way it would want to. Alright, that was about a half a load from one round. With one little whoopee down in the middle. Maybe it'll be a little bit smoother kind of out here. More in the middle. I'd really, really like to have a hillside combine for this, but I know one of them I've tried, and I think I've worked on it since the last episode. I just was having trouble, and I think it's... Oh, there's more sliding. It may be more trouble related to my computer, because I think I'm almost at the point where I'd like to just reinstall the game. The trouble is, I've done so much work on so many mods, and I think if I reinstalled the game, I would do it without implementing the Pro Farm mod. The Pro Farm is the one that had Riverside. There was a whole bunch of Ford equipment that it added, you know, some of those things. I think there was another combine option. Well, a lot of that stuff I'm not able to use in here anyhow. You know, given the multi-fruit nature of this. Oops, let me go back to my... Given that it's multi-fruit, so I'm not sure I even need it. And I know if anybody here ever installs Pro Farm, there's an error that they need to be aware of at the get-go, which has to do with your input bindings. It's just the strangest thing. But whenever you load up the game, it'll gradually take longer and longer and longer because it's filling your input binding XML with more gobbledygook. So what I've always got in the habit of doing is I make a copy of the input binding XML file, and then periodically I'll just you know, reset it, and I'll copy over the top of the old one, which is getting bloated, so it starts fresh. But I think it's caused by the Pro Farm add-on. I have no idea what scripts they added, you know, that may be causing it. And maybe they did everything right, and it's a limitation in the Giants engine. I don't know. But I think also, I know I've been blaming it on the game for some time now. All the indexing problems I've had with the mod. You know, I think of Farmer Yip's forage harvester, the fact that the turret doesn't move, you know, when it's harvesting things to point to where the trailer is. You know, I've kind of blamed that on the Pro Farm module. So if I did a reinstall after having done all this work, and if I don't put the Pro Farm one back in, it could totally screw up all the redoing of the indices that I had to do, you know, just to get it to work. So I kind of think I'll wait until I'm done with this series to reinstall the game. I don't know if that's a right thing to do or not, but that's kind of what I have planned at the moment. You know, as I look at this here, this is going to take way longer than... Here, let me come over to here. Oh, this is probably going to fall out of the cut again. Just want to make sure it cuts. I want to try to help it out. Oops, yep, see, it's coming through the cut again. Let me try to turn that off. I'll try to help it out. I kind of like this. A little bit of extra challenge on the hill. No. Oops, I didn't mean to turn it off. Oh, I didn't turn it off. It's full. Oh, and I didn't wait till it got all the way out. There you go. So let me go over here. Yeah, I just realized that now it's going to take a lot more time to harvest this than 30 minutes I have. So I may need to break this up into another episode. So far, my computer is behaving itself. And I'm just raising my header and continuing to harvest through this. I guess this is something a human operator would know what to do when you're encountering hills like this. Alright, let's see how it does. On your own. Probably wouldn't unload the combine on a hill like that either. Come to think of it. And I don't know where the next load is going to be, so while it is going, maybe there are a few... I know what I could do. I probably need to finish baling, so let me head out to there. You know, I discovered something else too. Put that down. I've noticed that at some point my switcher, my vehicle switcher, quits working. And the reason, or what I've noticed, is whenever I move outside of the game, it refuses to work thereafter in game. And I don't know what's causing it. I don't know if there's a way I could adjust the script. But it's pretty frequent, you know, that I'll zip outside of the game session for something. You know, maybe it's for a video and I'm showing something in a script, you know, that I did, or, you know, some modding thing or whatever. And so I just know that when I do that now, my, you know, this thing that pops up here, which is very handy, you know, to be able to move quickly to another piece of machinery, I just know that's going to turn it off for some reason. You know, and when I get out of game, what do? I do Alt-Tab, I think? I don't know, maybe there's a better way to do it. Maybe if I hit the Windows key. I'm not going to try it right now. The last little bit that I was playing before doing this particular episode, I had to refill. Oh, we're just making bales. Oops. Almost taking a double windrow. I refilled the Nodder, put more bale twine in here. And you see my baler's getting dirty, so I'm going to need to clean it. All these things, it could be modded, and probably, well, I guess I don't know what he intended. Armor yet chose this particular baler, set it up, you know. Surely he realizes it would have turned red over time versus the yellow that he kind of set up all the equipment to be that he has in here. Everything it just was given kind of a yellow paint job. But this one will definitely turn red over time, which kind of simulates getting dirty. In some ways it should have started red, and if it turned yellow, that would make a little more sense in terms of simulating dirt. But anyway, oh yes, I was going to show this. I was just looking at the number of bales. And I know my friend Russell was telling me the maximum number of bales he had made. And, you know, as I recall correctly, it wasn't a, well, I guess I shouldn't say, I don't know how many bales it was, but what was most impressive about it wasn't the total number. It was the fact that he had generated those bales over a small patch of land, and he just baled, he baled it over and over and over, you know, to get that count. So, yeah, I don't know how many bales I'll end up having here. Probably, I may get over 3,000 by the time I get done with this map. We got a lot of barley here. We'll be cutting corn again. And some of that corn, by the way, needs to be combined, not just chopped. Although I want to take a fair bit into our cattle. And by the way, while we're over here, I kind of want to stick over here just for a little bit until the combine is full. There's a modding change I made, and I don't know that I'm going to have time. And yeah, matter of fact, I know I'm not going to have time, but hopefully it'll be full before this episode closes. There is a modding update that I made just to help me keep track of my hired equipment. You know, right here where we're baling, it's not that hard, you know, pulling up the map, kind of like I have here, to keep an eye on my combine. Or at least I think it is. It's that yellow dot kind of in the corner, and I want to keep an eye on it, make sure it keeps moving. And you know what? It almost looks like he ain't moving anywhere. I'm going to kick that bale off. Ah! Oh shoot. I just ended up hitting it anyways. I can't. You know, it appears the combine isn't moving anymore, isn't it? Unless it's just having a difficult time getting around the corner. Yeah, I may need to go over there and straighten it out. But anyway, I have a mod now that when things are hired, it is, and when they stop, meaning the combine is full, or in the case of a tractor pulling a cultivator, if it stops because it's done with a field, you know, of course, the yellow dot is going to go away, so you should be able to see it. But I've noticed that when you get a certain distance away, and you can't see the whole map, you know, on this PDA map here. So when you're far enough away, you don't necessarily know when your equipment is no longer hired. So I'm forcing it to flash a little message on the screen that notifies you that something is stopped and to go check it out. However, when it is still hired and trying to figure out life, which it appears to be doing now, I don't know that it's gonna do it. Oh, and here's the problem. Yeah, see, here it's, you know, this is telling me I should probably put one more marker in here that when the speed is 0 or very, very minute, that it notifies. Oh, blimey. Alright, let me lift this up. Come on. Yeah, here I think our rig kind of got in the way. Alright. So maybe to help him out, we need to get our rear end up the hill. Yes, we're probably not even gonna see the effects of it this particular time. I'll try to, maybe the next episode that we have, it'll become apparent. In the meantime, we'll just try to finish off with our baling. I gotta say, I'm pleased. It's, so far the game has hung on and not buggered out on me. Maybe I'll save it one more time just to be sure. I know for a while when I was doing this off cam, I reduced the quality settings in here, my hardware profile, put it on medium, then I had it on high. It seemed to be doing okay on high. There's the bell. So we know we're gonna make it. And it seemed to run okay there, but I put it back on a high profile, even though you can't tell. You know, I since have heard, I've done some research on this bad allocation, and it was all over the board. I think some of the things I was reading on like the Giants forum is that it was mod related, and this maybe was the era when they were making a switch, the Giants, between using PNG image files for textures versus the DDS, is that Director Awe surface, and I think they said the fewer PNG files and the more DDS files you had, that you were less likely to have a bad allocation error. Yeah, I really don't know. But I also learned that FarmSim 11 was particularly bad with this particular error, so go figure. Okay, well, we all heard the bell. I see our harvester is still going, so maybe what I'll do is terminate the episode here and come right back, and we should be pretty close to having a full combine that I can show what it does. Thank you for coming along, and hope you're enjoying Feldy. Oh, as I can't even drive here. I will see you on the next one. Goodbye for now.